I sure hope this helps the lighting. I put a lamp over there. I got light there, there, and there. So I got 4 sections of light because somebody said that they can't see my face. It's a funny thing with this phone. If I put it on photo, to photograph, it's like wicked bright. But then you put it on video and it suddenly like darkens by 50%. Don't ask me. I didn't invent this crap. Technology. I miss the good old days when you had to use payphones and lose all your money. When gas was 56 cents a gallon. When pork was like 60 cents a pound, wasn't it? Am I imagining these things? Pork was like really, really cheap. I was just listening to that older woman, Moonglow. She's talking about groceries and stuff, and wow, I don't know, it just blows my mind. Anyway, I stopped thinking. Okay, so we leave Alaska and decided to drop down into Idaho. I can't remember if we went to Idaho first and from there went up to Alaska. I think that's how it worked. Well, we decided to look for land in Idaho. It was northern Idaho. And it was too expensive for us in the town of Sandpoint. What a cute little town. Cute little hippie town. Great little shops. Back then anyway. I don't know what they've done to it since. Some sort of bypass kind of hurt the town, from what I understand. So we found this condo for rent in Hope, Idaho. Way the heck out. You had to go over this big, long bridge. It was out on a peninsula. What a great place that was. It was so affordable at that time, but it was October, and it was snowing. Oh my. It was magical, though. Just magical, northern Idaho. Dennis was such an adventurer. Anyway, so we're looking for land and we end up in Naples, Idaho, because like that was the most affordable and way out in the boons, right? And this I can't remember who we were talking to, but they said, oh, you need to go speak to so-and-so. He lives way up on top of this mountain. What the heck was the name of that range? I can't remember now. I wonder if Dennis would remember if he were here, but he's not. So, it was wilderness. That's where the actual wilderness began, was where this man Bill lived. Bill was of the Blackfoot tribe, and he was a shaman priest. He was also, he was a survivalist, and he taught young, troubled kids how to survive in the wilderness, building up their confidence and basically taming their generally raucous spirits, and making them into men and women through hardship. And he said all they'd get is a blanket roll, wool. He always believed in wool. He said, no matter whether it's wet or you're freezing, wool stays warm. Synthetic stuff, nylon, it's no good if you're wet and you're cold. So I always remembered that, and I have 5 wool blankets to this day. he said that he could survive, I can't remember how long, with just an axe and a wool blanket. And what he would do is, he said, they had to make their own clothes out of the things from the earth. Like, he told me that women would make skirts out of like tree branches that were, thickly laden, and just this crazy stuff, right? And I understood that because I loved and admired Tom Brown's books and Bradford Angier. I loved learning about living off the land and survival. It was something that was my dream and I wanted to do. I never get that chance, but boy, did I read books. I think I had all their books, both Tom Brown and Angier. And what was I saying? So he lived on top of this mountain with his bride. He was like 70 at the time. And he had a piece of land for sale above him. It was way the heck on top of the mountain. And like I say, it was snowing, so he said, come up to, halfway mark, and I'll pick you up in the snowmobile. So we go up this mountain, Dennis and I, and we weren't doing very good timing when Bill comes down the mountain. He says, I didn't think you were going to make it. So he says, I came down to get you. And he took us up to his place, and we had something hot to drink, and we talked a bit. And well, how we met him was somebody told us about him, and so we called him. We got his phone number. We met at a restaurant, and we chatted, and what a character. We just all bonded immediately, him and his wife and me and Dennis. And it was just me and Dennis going up that mountain, because this was, going to be quite arduous, strenuous. So we're at his little cabin, and we're having a hot drink, and then he has like solar and batteries. He just was all set up, and it was such a cute little place. So we all get our snowshoes on. His wife stayed back in the cabin, and the three of us ventured out up the mountain. I wouldn't end up... What an odd man he was, really and truly. Oh. I'm not even going to go there. We would end up buying a piece across the way. And I don't remember. I don't think it was then that we bought it. I think we came back. We were so crazy. All the way from New Hampshire to Alaska. Then we go back to New Hampshire or Florida. It was winter. I'd imagine we would have picked up our stuff from New Hampshire and dropped back down to Florida, because I just can't remember it. Like, it was yesterday that we're talking about, like, I don't know, 27 years ago, 26, 25. I can't quite remember that either. And we'd go back out there again, I think the following fall, and we found a piece of land, 30 some odd acres, and I talked them way down, and I got it. I remember the realtor's like, I can't believe she did this. I can't believe she did this, talking about the people. And, he was saying, are you sure? Are you sure? He's saying to her on the phone. We would become friends with them as well. Nice guy. The realtor. So that ended that Alaska trip and the Idaho trip, and we'd never live on that piece of land either. I just can't help but wonder, what the heck was the matter with us? What were we doing? Did I really believe Dennis would stop being a merchant and live on top of a mountain with me? There's just no way. He would have never done that. Knowing him like I know him now, Well, that's the end of that story. And I'm still in a quandary. I'm supposed to have a realtor come over. He's here in Florida. You can't be a regular realtor and sell mobile homes. You have to just sell mobile homes. So there's a special license. And this company that sold me this trailer, I contacted them, and a gentleman's supposed to come over on Thursday morning, talk to me about. Sounds like I can get a heck of a lot. I'm really glad I didn't sign any papers with anybody, because 15,000's way under the money. Way under. I'm really glad that that other woman offered me more, and I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right to me. I couldn't sell this last year for 15, and now all of a sudden they're coming out of the woodwork, you know. So this guy says, I can get you a lot of money for this trailer. He said, oh, the trailer park I'm in, he feels is a really good one. I was used to living in, you know, better neighborhoods once we made it. But of course, you know, I've got poor people around me. God bless them, you know. They can't, like this poor guy, he can't fix his electric. It's $4,000 for the line. I gotta call Duke Energy and ask them if they cover that line. That scares me, you know. I don't know. Everything scares me lately. I started fixing my kitchen, though. You want to see it? I'm really slow this morning. My mind just... I've got 10,000 things on my mind, and I can't concentrate on even one. So if I keep pausing, it's because it's going here and there and here and there. I straighten out my kitchen. So I figured, you know, this realtor's coming, right? So I threw away a bunch of old spices. I moved my microwave up there because it did have a little connection, and I got to get a plate for that. So I way whittled down all of that, cleaned up, moved the microwave, but I still have that mess. Look at that. I just have too much in my life. I have too much stuff. Look, I've got all these old books. I need to sell these, and this isn't even 1/16 of what I've got. I only just sold one. It's like, wow, one. Whoop-de-doo. I got my vacuums out because I'm vacuuming. I got my beach bag out because I went to the pool. I don't know what the heck that is. It's just stuff. Stuff. So I sold a TV mount for actually that TV, but I can't seem to sell the TV, and it's a flat screen. Can hang it on the wall. I don't know. Nothing's selling. Offer Up. I'm going to try Offer Up, but today I'm busy with Maggie. She has a doctor's appointment, and Finn has pre-K, and so she might not get out of the doctor's, and it took her months to get in. There's just not enough doctors down here, too many people. So I'm in a quandary about, I don't know, I'm comfortable here, okay? I mean, it's like what Bob Wells says in that documentary, Without Bounds. He says, it's between comfort and freedom. Comfort and freedom. I get it. But it's getting harder and harder to achieve freedom when prices are so damn sky high. I mean, I don't even eat meat and chicken anymore. What I have in the freezer is what... The chicken I have in that freezer is probably 3 months old, if not more. And then I have that bag of shrimp that I bought about 3 weeks ago, and I only used once shrimp. And then I got those cans of tuna from Sam's. I'm still working on that. I can't even afford protein. I'm trying to be tight with everything, you know? What's that going to look like on the road? I don't think it's going to look very good. I'm in such a quandary. I want to tell him, Mike, don't come. We've already become good friends just over a few phone calls. He knows everything about me, and I'm learning a bit about him. He's one of those serious, knock down, drag out Christians, and that's okay. I've been there, done that. I don't know. I'm just lost. I'm so lost. I want to see my daughter Rachel, okay? The last time we spent any real time together, and Dennis was being all at the time, he was such a control freak sometimes. He really was. Made my life miserable sometimes. Still loved him, though. They love him, despite all of his insanity. Anyway, it's been such a long time since we've gotten to spend, except for when Dennis died and she came here and all the kids were here and we got to spend time together, and we went out to lunch, just her and I, because the other kids were doing something else that day. And she said to me, I miss you, Mom. That's why I wanted to be mobile originally, too. I was like, oh, this would be great. When I'm on my own, I'll be mobile. I can go see Bonnie up in New Jersey. I can see the kids in the winter, Mike, Maggie, Denny, and Finn. Hello. And then I could go see Rachel in Texas. She said to me, sometimes at night when I can't fall asleep, I play your video and I listen to it. I says, I thought I was boring. She says, oh, Mom, that was the first few videos. And, I've deleted like 160 of them. She says, you're not boring anymore. And she said, I really appreciate what you're leaving behind for us. She says, I just sometimes want to hear your voice. Her and I had this little dream that her and I were going to drive off in a convertible, not like Thelma and Louise, more, more free than that. And she's later on, when we became a family with Dennis and the other kids came along, she was like, wouldn't it be great if we had a caravan? Because we all traveled back then, We had 2 vans, a Wells Cargo trailer, cargo trailer. It was all closed up. It was a 6-footer, I believe. And we had originally we had a Chevy van, a 91, and boy, did we beat the crud out of that, and that died. And so then we got a Dodge Ram, and we had the Ram, a cargo trailer, my 95 Ram conversion van, and a Shasta camper, an oldie, like some 90s camp. It was such a great camper. I loved that thing. Oh, we got rid of everything in Bull City, Nevada. We were going to settle down in Idaho and have Bonnie and become the wilderness family on that piece of land we bought. That was another trip. I'll tell you about that one later. But my heart is with my children. And, I'm really torn because I've developed such a close relationship. Well, we always were, but now there's Finn, too. And I know I'm an asset to the family. They always tell me so. You do so much for us, Mom. I'm there to babysit when they need it. I guess I'm feeling like, what are they going to do without me if I'm not here for 6 months or more out of the year? And what about Finn? Him and I are tight. We're tight. I took the first pictures of him. I was there in the NICU when he was all hooked up to machines, and he looked at me, and I felt like I could see all our generations in his eyes. It was such deepness. I was drawn so, and he just looked so intensely at me, and I looked so intensely at him, and that developed, it started that relationship. I got the first pictures of Mike with Finn's tiny little fingers wrapped around Mike's index finger. I was there for it all. I don't know if I can live without them. I don't know. Wow. I've become like my mother. Ah! She was all right, you know. She was just a broken person, too. Ah. Well, that's my story for this morning. I'm sticking to it. I've got the van and I have to, it's a, what the heck is it called? It's a Chrysler, something with a P. I don't know. It's like the bigger than the Town and Country one. Pacifica. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Anyhow, I'm going to be going there to pick them up. Well, Maggie will be driving, of course, from there. And then we have to decide whether or not I'm going to be the one to pick up Finn. I've never picked him up before. This is so weird. But I know how to do it, and I'll just do it. Right. All right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This is my place, and I'm still living in it. I have some really important decisions to make. I don't know if I can just throw myself out into the universe like this. I'm tired and my leg is acting up. It's acting up really bad. I made the stupid mistake of not taking meloxicam for 3 days in a row. I was like, I want to rest my kidney. I'm scared of this stuff, you know? I never was into pharmaceuticals. I was always everything natural, but I got to tell you, nothing natural is working for this. It needs to be operated on, and, well, I don't want to do the dance of, do you take Medicaid? Do you take Medicaid? Do you take Medicaid? It took me a month to find that guy in Tampa. What is he? I don't know. He's something. Some sort of specialist for something. Is it arthritis? I can't even remember. I don't know what the heck he is. I've seen so many doctors, I don't even know who I'm seeing. Okay, bye.